This man built a career saying whatever he wanted, and somehow always got away with it.
So, Buffalo schools are covering up child abuse. What the? You have an entire shit post about you on the WoW general forums, and a GM commented, "Ooh, who's the special boy today? Looks like it's me."
A streamer with millions of followers, endless hot takes, and a reputation for calling it how he sees it. But this time, those words hit harder than ever. He's been offline lately, partly because of his dad's health, sure, but also because of something else. It all happened during one live stream, one rant, and a few lines that crossed every line.
Right? I don't want to deal with the person telling me what to do. Like, it doesn't really matter, like, what the reasoning is for it, or, like, whether you think that you're in the right or not. Just stop telling me what to do, period.
Facts.
That's it. Don't tell me what...
What started as another debate about the Israel-Palestine conflict suddenly turned from commentary to condemnation, and what he said would in effect ban his Twitch account. Asmongold, or Zach Hoyt if you know the man behind the monitor, isn't new to controversy. He's clashed with Twitch before, debated everything from gaming to politics, and somehow always landed back on top. But this time was different. What a stupid move he made. A few years ago he wouldn't talk any stuff related to this. Such a shame. The backlash continued. These white influencers and streamers need to fade away. The only reason they matter and make the millions are kids not getting off their asses and doing something productive and getting sucked into their vitriol. They tune in and tune out to reality while taking advice from this.
Want to consider a genocide as a systematic killing of a group of people. They have genocide built into Sharia law right now. So no, I'm not going to cry a fucking river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided. I don't give a f. They're terrible people. It's not even a question. It's crazy that people don't see it that way.
He began describing the Israel-Palestine conflict, but instead of analysis, it just sounded like justification. He claimed genocide was built into their laws, a statement that stunned even his own fans watching online.
And how much did they kill? As many as they can. They're not able to kill as many people as Israel because they don't have as many bombs and as many weapons. But if they did, they'd be doing the same thing.
The extremes, man. The extremes on
That's it. Just takes enough. That's right. These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture that is horrible. It kills people for their identity, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways. It is that simple. No, I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel sorry for them. I don't care. I don't support them.
See, for him saying...
And when that statement became public, the internet lit on fire. What did he say? Racist, lol. Bro was trying to justify the genocide. This wasn't a misstep. It wasn't a bad joke. It was a full-blown rant. Angry, confident, and unfiltered. Within hours, the ban hit. And just like that, one of the biggest Twitch names was gone. Twitch finally binding the right people? Racist, in quotes? By morning, every corner of the internet was talking about it. For most fans, this wasn't a shock, it was disappointment. I've seen a few clips from this guy online and always thought he had a pretty good take. After seeing all these comments about what he said about the Palestinians, I can see why a lot of people don't want to give him the light of day. It's put me off him for life. The kind that hits when some of you watch for years and years says something you just can't defend. This is coming from a fan who's been frequently watching for over a decade. This isn't just a oh my bad situation. You gotta apologize properly. Saying an entire culture and ethnicity is inferior is literally nazism and racism. It's disgusting. It wasn't quote racist. It was racist. No ifs, ands, or buts. It was. Full stop. Rare Twitch W. Hate on this level should never be tolerated. He should focus on his mental health and not target good people who, generally speaking, don't have any control over what their government does. You keep putting quotes around the word racist. Why? Do you not have editors? Getting really tired of seeing this asshole's face. This isn't just advertising at this point. The roast continued even further. 2 steps ahead, Asmongold appears from the shadow of his immaculately clean room weighing 300 pounds. Shit, now I gotta clean my room. I can't let him clean his room before I do. They joked that Karma had finally cleaned up his stream before he ever did. By the end of the day, the verdict was everywhere. The streaming platform stepped in, the ban was real, and Asmongold remained silent. Seeing the downfall of this guy is truly satisfying. Of course, people joked about it. They dug up old memes and zoomed in on his chaotic room, joked that he finally had time to clean it. As Folly said, it will give him time to clean his room. It stopped being outrage and turned into mockery. Through it all, Asmongold stayed silent. His page went dark and the chat froze, millions of followers staring at an offline screen. And then came the confirmation. Twitch announced that they had finally issued a 14-day suspension under the hateful conduct policy, the same rule that bans any behavior promoting discrimination or claiming one's group superiority over another. Good! It's not an opinion. You're allowed to have an opinion, but commenting on a whole culture being less superior is objectively wrong, especially to say it loud. The ban hit like a system notification heard across the platform, and for years, Asmongold's stream tiles went dark. Then came his response. A short post on X, just a few words. My bad, I'll do better. Looking back on it, I was way too much of an asshole about the whole Palestine thing. My bad. Of course, no one deserves to have their life destroyed even if they do things or have views I find regressive. You guys deserve more than me saying stupid shit like that. I'll do better. That was it. No explanation, no self-reflection, just a quick apology. And people weren't buying it. Some felt mechanical, like he was just checking off a PR box. His apology is a complete joke as well. Dude literally said, my bad. Perhaps he'll consider cleaning his house now? Across the community, reactions were split. The people wanted accountability and all they got was a shrug. And in the world of live content, nothing fuels outrage faster than an apology that sounds like it's just for show. 2 days after, he finally broke silence with a video titled My Plans Moving Forward. And from the first frame, he looked different, tired, hollow-eyed, like a man who'd been living in the comment section for far too long. He opened by acknowledging the controversy head-on. I made some comments about Palestine, he said. He began pausing like he was trying to figure out where to even start. He called those words disgusting, said he blurred the line between criticizing extremism and attacking innocent people.
Parts where the first part is going to be me talking about the Twitch suspension, second part is going to be talking about myself. And the first thing I want to start off with is something that I know it might sound a little bit insincere because of how ridiculous this is, but I really mean it, and if you listen to the whole video, I hope you can see why.
For a creator known to never back down, that alone was unusual. Then he took it deeper. 2 minutes in, he admitted that streaming had changed him, that he'd been slowly devolving, becoming meaner, more callous, and more disconnected from reality.
And I'm the asshole, and I was the asshole. I had a lot of you guys tell me that. And it's taken me, this is what's so crazy about it, is that I think this has been going on now for like 2 years. I think that I've been slowly devolving into the most mean-spirited, I don't really even know what the word is for it. Just like the most mean-spirited, rude, like nasty, like just callous, psychopathic version of myself. I think that I've been devolving into this.
It was a rare kind of self-awareness, especially in an industry that rewards the opposite. The most striking moment came later when he mentioned people from Palestine had actually reached out to him, not with hate, but with empathy.
I think that opinion is definitely shaped by the media that I've created, and the media I've created for myself, and then also just the media that exists, the media that I've chosen to seek out as well. And I think that that media has allowed me to have certain predispositions and certain biases that the truth is that don't have any sort of relation to what my own real life has been experienced.
He said that hit him harder than any ban, any backlash, or any memes that was posted online.
And so I've been spending a lot of time talking to those people, and I've seen people like fans of mine, like I had viewers messaging me on Discord, like, you know, why are you saying this? Like, do you want to talk? Do you want to, like, you know, I'm willing to talk to you, and like, you know, like let's try to work this out, right? We love you. And I scrolled up on their messages, and these are people that messaged me in like 2016, 2017, 2018, like, I love your content, I love your stream, I love you, right? And now they get to hear this from me, and I just feel like such a stupid, belligerent asshole.
It wasn't a perfect apology, but for the first time it felt like he was listening and not just talking. By the middle of the video, he admits he lost control, that he'd been wrong to double down when people first call him out.
I think that I'm going to cut down a little bit on streaming quite as much, and I think I'm also going to cut down everybody in the world telling me this, including my own dad, and I've just ignored them, and finally it's like, you know what? Maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe this is too far. Maybe I need a course correction, which is why I think that like getting suspended in this, I hope that it's one of the best things that's ever happened to me.
He called himself one-dimensional, a guy who had become trapped inside a character he created, and for once it didn't sound rehearsed. The internet, of course, didn't take it all that seriously. Within few hours, the apology became another meme. People openly joked that he was, quote, finally cleaning his room before GTA 6, calling him Asmon the White. Cleaning room stream would be the most viewed of all time. If he cleaned his room, he would become Asmon the White. We got Asmon planning to clean his room before GTA 6.
Everything about my life is basically and I'm gonna take a step back from all of that. I'm gonna step away from my leadership position and OTK and Starforge and everything.
Then came the big reveal. He says he's stepping back, leaving leadership at his company, streaming less, and trying to live like a normal person again. For a man who's spent half his life online, that's a major shift.
I think towards the end of next year, I think I'd like to visit the Middle East and see it for myself. I want to see it for a historical perspective, right? I would love to go to Istanbul in Turkey. There's no ulterior motive there at all. But it's not just that. I'd love to visit places like Saudi Arabia, Dubai, any of the other places. I mean, but I want to do it and I want to see it for myself. Because I don't like believing what people tell me. And I think that when I do, I end up being a fool.
He even talks about wanting to travel, to visit the Middle East, and learn from the people he once generalized. He ends with a promise. Hold me accountable. It was a long apology, nearly 20 minutes, but this time it actually felt genuine, even if not everybody was buying it. One user said he had let his community, quote, rot around him. Another claimed he's just too easily influenced, a reflection of his chat more than himself. I heard about the recent gross comments on Palestine. Kinda surprised me. Last I heard anything concrete of him was when he tried Final Fantasy and that community had a field day about it, and general slob memes. Even when he finally took accountability, the internet wasn't sure if he meant it or if he just got caught. That's the curse. No one believing an apology unless it fits the version of you they already had in their head. If they saw you as sincere, they'll call it maturity. If they see it as manipulative, they'll call it PR. And no amount of explanation can change either side's mind. So where does this leave Asmongold? He served his 2-week suspension and said he took time to reflect and maybe even finally clean that room. But reputation online is a fragile thing. One bad clip can erase a decade of goodwill. What do you think? Was this a real wake-up call or just another PR reset? Drop your thoughts below.